but I always like to come up with a new rule.
New rules, girls drool. Just kidding. That was a joke.
So, the rumor in Major League Baseball is the National League is looking to maybe add the DH.
Hate it. You told it to me before we started the show. Hate it.
Hunter hates it.
I hate it. To me, I wish the DH just wasn't even a thing in baseball. Because then you're asking these pitchers, who that might have been one of the main reasons they got drafted, was because they could make great contact with the ball and when they would get up to the plate.
It's silly to me. We'll have 12 pitchers on a roster.
And not one of them.
And they'll throw for one batter a day.
And that's it.
That's it. That's what I did today, guys. I threw for one dude. And they don't even have to get that guy out.
No.
A lot of times a lefty will come in, walk the guy, or hit him and give up a hit.
And then
he's out.
Yeah, and then it's just like that's one of the gripes I have with postseason baseball is in one inning you can go through like 4 pitchers. They'll like maybe throw to one batter, then the manager will come out here, throw his hand up, whichever one he wants out of the bullpen, and it's like, oh well, that's all you get. It's come on now.
You would think the pitchers that can hit would be negotiating more in their contracts.
Oh,
like Wainwright,
Madison Bumgarner should. Madison Bumgarner last year, it was either last year or the year before, wanted to take part in the home run derby, and they wouldn't let him.
He can hit them out. He's not a good hitter for average. He does strike out a ton.
If he's going to go up, well, what do they do now?
Right.
All they do is strike out or hit home runs. If that's what you're getting out of Madison Bumgarner, then why would you not go up there and say, hey, man, shoot for the fence?
So there's a big argument now. All right, let me give you quick notes. I was telling Hunter before the show, there was a tweet that kind of – because I already know this stuff, and people just watch TV and do whatever people tell them or think whatever people tell them. One guy was tweeting about how people love just pitchers striking out 50% of the time, which is not true, first of all.
I don't like watching strikeouts.
And second of all,
I get more excited when a pitcher hits the ball.
Right. Second of all, as far as the strikeouts are concerned, Hunter, the game, the way people play it now, is just so stupid to where you strike out. Even with 2 strikes, I was watching Pete Rose in an interview yesterday, and he was talking about he couldn't coach right now because he would bench every player that sit up and try to hit a home run with 2 strikes. He said, "Well, why is everybody striking out? I don't. He didn't understand what the point of all that was, and I really
all-time hits leader would expect you to say that
exactly. So, and I'm kind of in the. I didn't even never see Pete Rose play, but I'm kind of in the same. I'm in the same thing with him. If we sit down. And this is, let's say, Trout and Pujols, for example. And I tell you that Albert is better at home runs, batting average, doubles, RBIs, hits, runs, everything. Except Mike Trout gets more walks and more strikeout. Mike Trout has struck out twice as much as Pujols in his career. Mike Trout this year, if Pujols has another year like he has, will pass Albert Pujols for strikeouts. This is Albert's 20th year. This is Trout's 10th. He will pass Pujols in half the time for the most strikeouts. So how can we? So when I close your eyes, Hunter, and I say, all right, I got closed. 2 batters.
Yes,
he's got his eyes closed for what?
Yeah, I got my eyes closed.
Player A hits more home runs.
Yes.
More RBI. Better batting average. More hits, more doubles, more runs. Wins more. Or the player B has more walks and twice as many strikeouts. Which one's the better baseball player?
I'm going to take contestant A.
Almost everyone will. But if you ask someone today, or that has anything to do with today's game, no, strikeouts are good. How can swinging and missing be better than putting the ball in play? I'll never know it. I'll never understand it.
The name of the game is hitting a ball with a bat, not standing there with said bat and watching said ball. I
always thought the people who struck out the most were the worst hitters. I mean, ain't that the point? Like, you're not making contact.
When growing up, playing Little League,
right?
Who were the batters that were after at least a 5 spot? Ones that couldn't hit. They until today when they start doing analytics.
I get the same things, Hunter. The same people will tell you strikeouts don't matter and RBIs don't matter.
That's a joke.
The complete opposite of the end of the spectrum from each one.
If RBIs don't matter, then why is that one of the statistics that they bring up when they're doing, voting on awards for the season? They always want to highlight, Freddie Freeman had over 100 RBIs this year.
They say batters get the same hits in RBI something like the RBI situation is the same percentage of whatever, and then they say strikeouts don't matter. Well, then why aren't the pitchers batting fourth?
Get them out of the way.
If strikeouts and RBIs don't matter, why aren't they batting fourth or fifth or sixth? I know that's a convoluted question or statement, but I mean, come on. At some point, you got to see that this stuff is getting silly. Hunter, I'm going to read you.
I mean, what do they take into consideration when they give someone the batting title? Just home runs?
No, it's just batting average.
It's batting average.
That's
the batting title is batting average.
Hunter, I'm going to read some names.
Yeah.
Yes or no, good player.
Okay, good player.
Let's say great baseball player.
Great baseball
I ain't going
player.
to say good. How about great?
Mhm.
Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth.
Yes.
Alex Rodriguez.
Absolutely.
Albert Pujols.
Yes.
Barry Bonds.
Yes.
Lou Gehrig.
I didn't watch him, but yes.
Stan Musial.
Don't know who that is. Yes.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I promise you I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
I'm just going to look at everyone at home, and he's a young Braves fan, and we're going to forgive him. But I just want to lose my mind on that one, Hunter. Stan Musial.
I don't know who that is.
He might be the second or third best left-handed hitter of all time. I'll put it that way. St. Louis Cardinals, probably best hitter ever before Albert Pujols was born. Ty Cobb.
Yes.
Jimmy Fox.
Yes.
You know who Jimmy Fox is, but
Nope.
not Stan. No. Okay. I just want to make sure. I was like, Jimmy Fox is one for someone not to know.
Nope. Don't know. Just wanted to say yes.
You know who Eddie Murray is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Who
Pretty
do you play for?
I don't remember.
He don't.
I don't remember. I know the name. I know the name. But
Not
I don't
Eddie
remember.
Murphy.
No, I know Eddie Murray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Willie Mays.
Yes.
Ted Williams.
Yes.
All right. How about King Griffey Jr.?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I named 14 of the 16 all-time RBI leaders.
Yeah, they're great.
That's who I just named was the RBI leaders.
And what's got in common with all of them is probably the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Besides them being top, 15 in RBIs? What was it, top 16 you read off?
Top six. King Griffey's 16th.
Yeah. Well,
He's 3 behind
Not only are
Ted
they top
Williams.
16 in RBIs, they're Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to the Hall of Fame.
But RBIs aren't representative or a good stat.
And listen here, for all of you people that are upset and up in arms thinking, how can this kid be on this show and not know who some of those players
Stan
are?
Musial. Yeah.
I want you to understand something right now. I could probably speak better about anything that's happening today than you can think of it if you had 2 hours to sit there and really talk about it. All right? Because I live in the now.
Stan
all right?
Musial.
Just because I don't know somebody that maybe have played 20, 30 years ago. I mean, like he said, I'm only 23.
He played 60 years ago. So I'll give
Well,
you that.
then there you go.
Well, I didn't play when I was alive,
Well,
Hunter.
then there you go.
You know who Babe Ruth was?
Yes.
That's 100 years ago.
That's great. Absolutely. And I know who Hank Aaron is. Okay, who did Stan Musial play for again? You said he's the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I don't know who the I don't know hardly any Cardinals players. I know a few that were relevant in like my 23 years.
You ever heard of Ozzie Smith?
I know who Ozzie Smith is.
What about the 1985 MVP? Willie McGee.
I know who Willie McGee is.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Terry
you
Pendleton.
don't talk about a guy that played 60 years. Act
Stan
like I go back 60 years
Listen,
for a team that I don't even root for.
I'm just as surprised you didn't know who Stan Musial was if I would have said Babe Ruth and you said who. I'm going to put it that way.
But, okay. Well,
Ruth is like top 5. Musial is the next 5.
Well, here, but then you can always say this. Babe Ruth was a Yankee.
That's
If you don't know as many Yankees, you don't even have to know sports and you know Yankees just because they're everywhere. I bet you a lot of people don't remember who Alex Rodriguez originally played for.
Oh, my God. Come on now.
It was Mariners.
All right. For
That's
10
what I'm saying.
years.
That's what I'm saying.
You saying Yankees fans don't even
Exactly.
act like they care?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought him up.
If
I
you
said
bring
Pete
up
Rose.
Alex Rodriguez, a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah, he was a Yankee," and you were like, "Well, who were the 2 other teams that he played for?"
Yeah, people will definitely forget the second one.
Yeah. And they forget that he was a Mariner, and then he went to the Rangers.
So Pete Rose the other day during his interview said that A-Rod was the greatest shortstop of all time.
Well, he did play shortstop.
He played short until
Yankees.
And then he had won more Gold Gloves and rated better as a shortstop than Jeter, and they moved A-Rod to third because they didn't want to hurt Jeter's feelings.
I listened to
Jeter should have been playing third, folks.
I listened to a podcast, and they had Alex Rodriguez on there. This is a fun story for you.
He's just so big.
And Alex Rodriguez talked about how, at first, when he started playing, when he first got drafted out of Miami. It was like after his first season, he thought about hanging it up.
Who did that?
Alex Rodriguez. After his first season with the Mariners, he thought about hanging it up.
Why?
Just because things weren't going his way. Things weren't going his way. He was struggling. He was having slumps. It just, he wasn't coming in he wasn't living up to the expectation at the time. He thought about giving it up, and there was a coach. I can't remember. It was on Pardon My Take they talked to Alex Rodriguez. I'll name drop that. It was on Pardon My Take. And so I was listening to that story, and he was just talking about how, at first he had to do a minor league stint, and, because he was struggling a little bit, and he just thought about giving it up, and it wasn't for him because apparently he was like, I was pretty good at another sport. Maybe I'll go and try it. So, Alex Rodriguez, I give you that. One of the greatest baseball players of all time. I mean,
I had someone ask it on Facebook, Hunter, if you knew that Babe Ruth was not originally a Yankee.
I know, yeah, he was a Boston Red Sox.
What'd you do? Watch a movie one time, and that's how you know who Babe Ruth is?
No.
Did you watch The Babe? That's a good movie, by the way.
No.
With,
I know
Goodman?
that.
I think John Goodman.
I know that because they called it the greatest betrayal of all time, the Bambino going from the Red Sox to Yankees. Now, give me more credit than that, people.
No, I ain't giving you no credit for the.
No, be quiet, you Cardinals fan.
It's Stan Musial.
Be quiet, you Cardinals fan.
I'm just glad you've heard of Hank Aaron, Mr. Bray.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was about to say something else too.
I mean, I know
that's okay.
Here, if you think that I only know Jackie Robinson because of the movie 42. Not that they have his whole number retired.
Oh gosh, Hunter,
please stop it.
I had another note, and I just started laughing, and I kind of forgot what I was gonna get into the NASCAR rules in a minute. Let's see. As far as so DH, no DH for you in the National League. Not a fan of the DH.
I want DH out of the American League.
I mean, Edgar Martinez is in the Hall of Fame.
I know that gave Big Papi a little bit of an extra career by being able to go into the DH position. But to me, it's like, dude, you just sit there on the bench until you got to go swing. That's it.
They go in the thing is, they go in the tunnel, and they're sitting there. I don't know if people know this or have seen these before. They've got these pitching machines now that you can put the pitcher that you're facing on the screen. Have you ever seen one of these? You ever hit one of these? You've never seen one of these. So you know what a batting you know what a batting cage is, right?
Yes.
Like
I played baseball.
Like you go to the. I'm talking about where you go and you pay money.
Yeah.
And the machine throws
it to you. Yeah. I did that in Florida.
They've got these now, Hunter, where they do that, and over the netting, the hole is a video screen.
So it's kind of like when you go and hit golf balls, and they've got the greens in front of you.
But you've got the real pitcher, and they
do it with his throwing.
Yes. So they take I've hit on one of these. I've hit on one before.
Stop.
I tried to hit Randy Johnson. I fouled a couple off. I mean, it was heat. So what they do is, so the ball's in the middle of the screen.
Right.
So the screen has to move because every pitcher has different release points. And stuff. So they got to match it up right. So the DH hitter can go in his dugout
and swing
and just sit there and hit that pitcher. So they can put John Smoltz or whoever on the
whoever
screen
you're facing that night.
Clayton Kershaw, and you can sit in the back there in the back
and hit his curveball.
hitting Kershaw curveballs. These things are sophisticated. They're pretty cool. But that's the DH now, Hunter.
Well,
all right, real quick.
He does a little bit more than just sit there then.
Well, the greatest player, according to everyone who lives today, of all time, who's Mike Trout, is on pace.
Yeah.
I just read you the RBI list.
Right.
I wonder where this RBIs don't mean something comes from, Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, he's played 9 seasons. If he plays 18 seasons, doubles his career high. I mean, doubles his career.
This is perfect case scenario, too, where he doubles everything.
Doubles everything. Even at 38 years old, he's still hitting what he hits.
Yeah.
This is where he would have 1,500 RBIs. Let me tell you the people who's around him. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Kent.
I know Jeff Kent.
Carlos Delgado.
Ooh.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah. Not Junior.
Mickey Mantle.
Okay.
Dave Parker. Billy Williams. Ed Delaney. Rusty Stab. That's his name. Rusty Stab.
He stabbed me with a spoon.
That's who. Jim Rice, Eddie Matthews, Joe Carter, Jason Giambi.
I like
So
Jason
Trout
Giambi.
is in Giambi range here.
Yeah, but that's not great. That's not greatness.
That's not okay. So he would rank.
That's not greatness. Now
He
we're
would rank
talking
57th all time.
because even
And
prime,
I just named you. I just gave you
Yeah.
15.
even prime
studs.
Jason Giambi at the A's wasn't even considered great,
Mhm.
and then he went to the Yankees and got a couple chips. I mean, but even then, he's not considered great.
He's on pace to have less than Fred McGriff, Carlos Beltran,
Dude, Carlos
Andre
Beltran.
Dawson. Chipper's going to have 150 more than him if he doubles it. Harold Baines got in. He's the same with Chipper. He's got 5 more RBIs than Chipper. Tony Perez, Sammy Sosa ain't got no chance to get in. Gary Sheffield ain't getting in. Is Jim Thome getting in? He's got a ton. Beltran's got 1,700. Realistically, let's say he plays 20 years and you give him the same numbers. That would put him in the 30 range. Still not top 15 or 20. Still in the 30 range if he does 12 years of the same that he's been doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of these stats, this whole WAR thing that we're into now, where that's the only stat that matters of anything, and people sit there and argue about that online and that's the only stat they'll even use.
Right.
Like it was one argument the other day. It said something about Trout and somebody would be the only people that could get 8 WAR. I have no idea what that means.
Well, but what's 8 WAR? They fought 8 times. They threw fisticuffs
Now remember,
8 times.
it's wins above replacement, a fictitious replacement player.
Replacement.
I went and looked him up some point on that on the Trout's winning and losing. He actually this team has pretty much the same record whether he plays or not.
Mhm.
It's it's not even. Let's see. All right, here's what in his career they averaged 79 per games a year wins with him on the field.
Mm-hmm.
With him off the field they averaged 75.
Missing nothing.
So you tell me he earned 8 WAR, which is wins above replacement.
Yeah.
But the actual math says you only win 4 games per year. 4 games more this year with you in the lineup. So something in that math is obviously wrong, right?
Now, I mean, I'll say
Because
this.
wins over replacement don't even actually count
I'll
wins.
say this.
It's guessing wins.
When they were coming up between Mike Trout, it was always, who would you much rather have, Mike Trout or Bryce Harper? Between the two, I'm taking Mike Trout.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're asking me, who do I want more? Do I want Mike Trout or maybe Chris Bryant or Bellinger of the Dodgers? I'm taking Chris Bryant or Bellinger over Mike Trout just with the fact as they make contact with the baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They put the ball in play, and it doesn't always have to be the home run. Same with Christian Yelich. Yelich now, he can be a home run machine, but his batting average is fantastic. I know he had some injuries he dealt with this year, but even then, if you had me choose one out of those 4, Mike Trout, Bellinger, maybe Chris Bryant, Yelich, I know 3 of them are in the National League, but I'm taking one of those 3 and not Mike Trout.
Only 3 of his 9 years.
If I'm not mistaken, Yelich
Or 8
plays the
years.
same. Yelich plays even the same position as Mike Trout, doesn't he? Don't they play in the outfield, center fielders?
Maybe. Of his 8 full years, Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
5 of them they've had a losing record with him in the lineup.
Yeah,
They've also ranked in the top 10 every single year in payroll. So you add that up.
I think I read somewhere too that the Angels might be looking to, pay some money for Mookie Betts because Betts turned down the Red Sox offering him a 10-year, $300 million deal. He countered with a 12-year, $400-something million deal. So I don't know if the Astros, they've shown they're not afraid to spend some money what they gave Trout, but there's no guarantee that it's going to come in to them being, viable for a playoff spot.
Right.
Mookie Betts might help, but I'll tell you this. It'd be hard for me to say Mike Trout's the best player on that team if Mookie Betts is on that team.
What about Reardon? I don't know them that much. You know them better. You know the new guys better than the...
I know him a little bit.
Obviously better than the older players.
Obviously, I told you. If we want to talk about today's game and what's happening today, I got it. And all you have to do is just watch and make great opinions.
All right,
here's me. Here's great opinions.
Here's the payrolls.
Never wrong.
All right, here's the payrolls.
Never wrong, just misinformed.
So this year, Trout will be getting paid $37 million.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Pirates payroll is $41 million.
Yeah.
The Pirates won 4 less games than the Angels did last year. Now, people will say, and I wanted to tweet at someone, they said, Trout's worth every penny. Really? Because what I just said. That's the thing about it. He may be worth it at $20 million, but at $37 million?
No.
Are you really worth it? Let's think about this. Let's go. Hunter's an Atlanta Braves fan. Let's pull up the Braves.
I mean, I'm just looking right here. You know, I got Mike Trout and Christian Yelich pulled up next to each other. Mike Trout has got 45 home runs to Christian Yelich's 44. Okay. Yelich is batting .329. Mike Trout batted .291. And Mike Trout's got whatever this 8.3 WAR is. The Christian Yelich is 7.1. So, I mean, what, 1.2 WAR differential? He got in 1.2 more fights than Christian Yelich did? I don't know.
So, if it's 1.2, Hunter, we play 162 games.
Right.
That's, what is 1 divided by 162? Do you know that off the top of your head?
What is 1 divided by 162?
No. It's .006.
Oh,
that's how many games he won.
I mean, I'm looking at this.
He won 0, based on WAR and how wonderful this stat and how almighty this stat is. According to that, Mike Trout helped his team win 0.6 more games than that guy. And that's 6/10 of a game.
Yeah.
That means he helped his team for 5 innings.
And I'm just looking here. You know, like RBIs, Yelich has got 97. Mike Trout's got 104, okay? And then runs 100 for Yelich. Mike Trout's got 110. They're so close in runs and RBIs. What makes you think Mike Trout is just so much greater than Christian Yelich? Batting average-wise, it's actually absurd how much better Christian Yelich is than Mike Trout. I said Mike Trout was batting .291. Christian Yelich is batting .329.
Mm-hmm.
So, and home run-wise, you know, they say they're swinging for home runs.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's got 45. Christian Yelich has 44. There was one different. And Christian Yelich was injured this season. He had back injury.